All right, how is everyone doing? I am Rich Celenza. I got a lot of shit in my hand, so this may get a little shaky. I actually got a tripod and a big bag. I don't know if you could even see that. Anyways, I am downtown Chicago on the famous Rush and Oak Street. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's one of the highest end shopping areas of Chicago. It's actually not far from the Magnificent Mile, which is where the water tower is. Another luxury retail area down Michigan Avenue. This is Rush Street, right behind me. As you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that, that's Barney's of New York. And then we got Prada over here. And then you have Hermes. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hermes. It's probably the highest luxury brand that's out there. And if you, let me see if I could get another shot here. You go down the street there, you got Dior, Versace. Right here is Vera Wang. Hopefully you can get that as well. So I'm going to actually take a walk real quick with you down Rush Street. So Rush Street is one of the most famous streets in Chicago, dating back to even the 70s. I think the movie Looking for Mr. Goodbar, I think that was about this street? Anyways, I used to hang out here in the 90s a lot, more than now, but here you go. Here's Jellyfish. It's a very famous sushi place that actually a friend of mine I grew up with actually owns that, from Taylor Street. Pretty interesting, right? Yeah, I gotta go in there. I should go in there and actually say hi to him. But anyways, I just actually flew in from Toronto, so I had to stop in Chicago for the weekend. I had to do some quick work, got some family parties. But I'm gonna walk down here and show you Gibson's, which is a very well-known steak franchise. I think this used to be the original one. Delicious steaks. We have Tavern on Rush, which is old school. Then Carmine's, it's basically Rosebud. It's a franchise off of that. Rosebud is a famous Italian restaurant from Taylor Street. That was actually Frank Sinatra's, I think, favorite restaurant in Chicago, or one of them. Don't take everything I say, it's just things that I heard myself. So here's a very famous corner right here. Here's Gibson's. Not sure if you can see that. So if you ever come to Chicago, you definitely want to try this corner out. Here's the thing though, I usually a lot of times put in things that are more affordable. This place is going to be on a much higher end. This kind of a little bit reminds me of a very small baby Fifth Avenue in New York. Just kind of the way this is set up. But let's not get ridiculous. But I'll just give you a little panoramic here. But this Tavern on Rush, a lot of people still love to go to. It's probably one of the most famous restaurants in Chicago. Still come to. Now, if you walk literally right around the corner from here, you have State Street. So State Street is one of the most famous streets, obviously, in Chicago. I'd say Michigan Avenue, State Street, Rush Street, obviously, the one we're just on. So it's kind of cool here. If I'm not mistaken, that is the original Morton's Steakhouse as well. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that chain of restaurants, but Morton's is a very well-known steakhouse. Falls in lines with Del Frisco's probably, just depends on, you got Mastro's, but this originally Morton's was a very high-end luxury steakhouse that everyone loved in Chicago, still does. There's one in Orlando, Florida by my house, but that's really about it. So again, check out Rush Street. If you get a chance, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'm always going to be posting unique places to go to, unique things that you could see. I usually try to find things that are a little more affordable, but I also just want to show you different things about different cities, different states, different restaurants, different areas, anything that's unique. I try to put up posts, give you a little bit of advice. I don't want to get too long-winded, but yeah, that's really about it. Also, if you want to check out my podcast, The Rich Celenza Show, WTF Are You Talking About? So, and I did a couple videos on Chicago, and if you do decide to come to Chicago, if you're not from here, definitely come in the summer months. It kind of reminds me of Italy. You definitely want to be here most likely July, August, or September. I think that's the best weather. I'm from here. A lot of people say it's too hot, but it's ridiculous. I wouldn't, September max. I wouldn't start getting in October, a lot of rain. November, it just starts to get cold. I don't think you'll enjoy it. And again, if you're going to be flying into Chicago, really consider flying into Midway International Airport, not O'Hare. I keep saying that, but I really want people to learn that, because if you're going to be traveling to Chicago, you're going to be much closer to the city. And if you're staying in the city, you're going to have access to everything. If you go to O'Hare, you're nowhere near the city. People don't know that because it's called O'Hare Chicago when it has nothing to do with Chicago. All right? All right. Well, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best and safe travels. And one last shot of There you go. The famous Rush of Chicago. Take care.